What is up, guys? Norse Digital Assets coming at you with a quick video. I just want to let you know that I will be returning to YouTube and will continue to put out free videos moving forward. And that's because things are about to get much more exciting. Again, this drawing was also correct. Things are about to get more exciting, so I'll be able to definitely want to do more videos. And guys, this is what's coming, is the fifth wave of the fifth wave. We've always talked about the big fifth wave, fifth wave, fifth wave. Well, check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My point is this whole thing, and this is going to go to, 173, 150, 173. 173 is the golden ratio. So this whole thing, guys, is the fifth wave. And this here would be the fifth wave of the fifth wave. So that's where things are about to get exciting, and I'll be able to do more videos. If you want to join my Patreon, I released a new Patreon where I do more videos, more content, more psychology. I'll show a number of things about my personal account, a lot of psychology, infographics, pictures, and just more frequent updates. And it's also just to support Norse Digital Assets. So if you want to support my Patreon, here is my Patreon. We have support, $15 a month. You can read all through that. Patreon.com/Norse Digital Assets. The support group, $15 a month. Most people go with the middle of the road plan. Pretty much everybody. Good turnout so far since I just opened this. No Emotions is the second group. And then we have Moon Landing. So we have $50 a month. So we have those three tiers. To support Norse Digital Assets. If you want to just keep watching the free YouTube videos, you can do that as well. But you can also come and check out my Patreon, where there's going to be much more. I'm going to basically let every piece of information I know out and much more frequent updates. And same goal as always. What is up, guys? Norse Digital Assets coming at you with a quick video update. Again, thank you very much for joining the Patreon. I'm going to continue to put out videos. A lot of good members so far, and it's exciting. So I'm going to keep moving it forward. So I just posted on Twitter my drawing just from yesterday, about 19 hours ago. I saw a bunch of people on Twitter, a lot of TA, and there's a lot of TA on Twitter to me that's just guessing, and I wanted to throw this drawing together really quick just because it's so clean and so simple of a five-wave move. And so basically, I just put out that, I'm going to break this down really quick, but I just put out a tweet. This five probably is the top because 1 and 5 are about the same size. 3 is the longest. Standard wave count rules. If right now we're pushing higher than this drawing's now 19 hours old. So we're pushing, if we go here, we're pushing up real close to that 5 now. So if we do break that, to me, that just means the 5 was bigger and longer, and this was a complex correction. I don't know that that's going to happen, though, because this 5 and this 1 and everything here is pretty congruent. Basically, if we don't break above there, what I think is going to happen is there's still going to be a rollover here, and that's going to be some sort of ABC. And you have this support from over here in this range here, and you also have breaking below 4. If we break back below this 4 or here, and we're breaking down over here, that would confirm that that was 5. You break down, I would expect to find support in the green box. It's possible to fall almost all the way to the bottom of 1, which is, like 55,000-ish. That is possible. So wave 2, it's a test of the lows. Wave 2, fundamental conditions often as bad or worse than those at the previous bottom. Underlying trend considered down, does not carry to new low. Second waves often retrace so much of wave 1 that most of the profits gained up to that time are eroded away by the time it ends. From the Elliott Handbook. So basically what I'm saying here is that yes, we could come all the way back down to the bottom of here, but this move here, whether there's still more and then that's the 5, then you would get the correction. At any rate, this total move, wherever it may end, is wave 1, subwave, okay? When you zoom out, let's erase that. So when you zoom out, that's just wave 1. You'd have wave 2 in here, wherever that may fall. If 5 goes higher, then 2 would be in here. I don't expect it to last too long because we're going to get steeper and steeper. But this is just 1. So when we do zoom out, what I do expect is this being 1, 2, that's when you start climbing. 3 could take us to 100. And I'm going to make another really big point here in just a second. 3 could be something like this. I do expect much higher, obviously. This is real sloppy, but something like this, very possible. But my major point here in this video is that on this too, if you're not already allocated in the crypto market, I don't think alts have much more to go down. There's a lot of alt BTC pairings that, like if you go to the ticker, basically here you type in ETH BTC, and that's where you can get the pairing. So many pairings are hitting bottoms. Many altcoins. ETH's shown a lot of strength. ETH could still go a little bit lower because the ETF was a sell the news. So that's not the best example. But that's how you do the trading pairs. My point is that most altcoins, BTC pairings, are also hitting bottoms. They don't have much more down to go. With that being said, wherever this 5th ends, whether the 5th is already in or there's a little 5th here, that's wave 1. That next correction that comes, to me, not financial advice, that is where you would want to be fully allocated in whatever you want to buy and whatever you want to get. That's why I've said I had that nub limit order still down here. If it doesn't fill, then I'm just going to throw the stablecoin money into it anyways. I do have kind of a stink bid set on Nub still, 0.0175, like I said. Could still come, might not. Nub's been strong. I might get left on that one. I have holding bags anyways. My point is, though, is if you're not already in the market, if we're talking about this whole move is the 5th wave of the macro 5th wave leading back to 2020. The 5th wave, this is the 5th wave of the 5th wave. That's the end of the market. So if you're talking about the 5th wave of the 5th macro wave on Bitcoin, while you're going to have a wave 2 that almost retraces back to wave 1, as I just read the passage out of the Elliott Wave Handbook, second waves often retrace so much of wave 1 that most of the profits gained up to that time are eroded away by the time it ends. Okay, so yeah, 2 could go lower. A lot of the time it's a 1618. A lot of the time it's between the top of 1 and the bottom of 4. Okay, so I'm just roughly putting it in there, and it matches up with this section of support that it had found at one point. I could pull more indicators on that. But my point is, if you're talking about the 5th wave of the 5th wave of Bitcoin, and then that's the top of the market, and at the same time on this too, and right now, most altcoin BTC pairings are also bottoming again. There's not going to be much time. I don't want to sound like, oh, you're running out of time, like you have to jump on the train. I don't really like that type of language, but I'm laying out what I'm seeing here, that you're talking about whenever this correction comes, whether it's from this 5 and the 5's already in, or it's this 5, that last section, that 2, 3 is the most explosive. If you want to talk about wave 3, let me turn the page here. Third waves are wonders to behold. They are strong and broad, and trend at the same point is, and the trend at this point is unmistakable. Increasingly favorable fundamentals enter the picture as confidence return. Third waves usually generate the greatest volume and price movement and are most often the extended wave in a series. Yes, usually it's the longest wave. It follows, of course, that the third wave of a third wave and so on will be the most volatile point of strength in any wave sequence. So we're talking about the third wave of a fifth wave. So it could definitely be a massive wave if all this is true, that Bitcoin is going to my targets between 150,000 and 173,000, the 1618 golden ratio. That to me, I'm not going to give you financial advice, but that to me, whenever this 2 comes, and if you have dry powder, like I have some still sitting on the sides, most of my holding bags are where I want them to be. But that is where the allocation would need to be next. And this 2 is very capable. I said we would talk about psychology in this Patreon. This 2 is very capable of, if it does, especially if it does go a little lower towards the bottom of 1, it's very capable of screwing with people's heads and making them have bearish language again. And Twitter's a great... Yes, people on Twitter are smarter than like people on Facebook, but they're still just people. They're still just investors. We're all retail to some extent. We're all retail to some extent. And so this 2 going that low definitely has the potential to create that bearish language again on Twitter, which I welcome, which would be great. So I'm fine with that. So that's about it here for what I have to say on this video. There'll be more updates soon. I hope you liked the video. And if you have some limit orders, like my nub order, that's when your orders would fill, because mostly everything's going to move down with Bitcoin. We've got a lot of coins in here. Okay, Rout's already super low. I think Rout's going to definitely have a big run. Let's see, Kaspa. Kaspa looking strong. What do I want to look at here? CRV, crazy that it ever went this low. This could be a monumental buy, CRV at this level. I mean, I've talked about CRV for a couple of years. I've talked about it basically since the inception. Yeah, I think that's super crazy that CRV went that low. I don't see anything that, let's say, is something like this here and here, and then I can just pull a fib and set it here, and it's super clean like that, and I can set a fib and say with Bitcoin with this wave 2 down, the 1618 on this target would be good for this alt by just setting the 0 and the 1 there. Anything that's showing strength, you can do that on your own if you see it on any chart. It's got to be real clean like this. If it comes up and it's just real tight, there's nothing to draw it off of. Okay. I don't see anything like that right now, but we can do more altcoins, meme coins, and other coins in a separate video. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you for joining the Patreon. Hope you liked the video, and I will see you in the next video. See ya.